Warning for the audience. Everything that will be seen below is a mock trial. Please do not spread false information about the specific case that will be seen below. Thanks for the attention.
All right. The court of the state of Colorado is now in session. Judge Michelle presiding.
Thank you. Please be seated. Today, we are here for the trial of Christopher Watts, who faces charges including multiple counts of first-degree murder. I remind everyone in the courtroom the solemnity of these proceedings. Please conduct yourself with respect and maintain order. I will now ask the prosecution and defense if they are ready to proceed with opening statement. The court recognizes the prosecution. You may begin with your opening statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, the evidence you will hear today is devastating. The evidence will show that Christopher Watts not only betrayed his family, but also committed unspeakable acts against them. Over the next few days, you will hear about his deception, his efforts to cover up his actions, and his attempt to mislead the investigation. The prosecution will present testimonies from family, friends, and experts who will demonstrate the premeditation and calculation behind his actions. You will see message he exchanged timelines that contradict his statements, and you will hear from experts who will explain the manner in which these crimes were carried out. After all the evidence has been presented, you will have no doubt that Christopher Watts is guilty of each charge. Members of the jury, now I will show you the first part, is the interrogatory with the detective. Thank you.
Thank you, your prosecution. The court now recognizes the defense. You may present your opening statement.
Members of the jury, my client Christopher Watts is not a violent person by nature. What happened was a result of overwhelming stress, anxiety, and a sense of imprisonment. You will read testimony and see evidence that will show he was in a fragile state of mind, a state that clouded his judgment and left him down, a path he could not control. The defense will argue that this was not an act of malice, but rather unborn of a person experiencing an emotional turmoil. We will ask prison expert testimony that will question the movies attributed to Mr. Watts, and the timeline that the prosecution claims suspect. He has to keep an open mind, as this case is not as clear-cut as it might initially seem. Thank you.
The court calls the detective to the stand. Prosecution, you may begin question the witness.
Please stop, face me, and raise your right. Your left. Do you solemnly affirm the testimony you are about to give is faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and proof of the court of the Colorado?
I do.
May be seated.
I'm the Detective Lee, L.E.E.
Thank you, sir. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Lee, could you walk us through your first interaction with Mr. Watts and led you to further investigation his involvement in the case?
When I arrived, I met Mr. Watts, who appeared visibly calm. despite his family disappearance. He cooperated initially, but seemed inconsistent in his statements. His demeanor didn't match the reality of the situation, which raised suspicions.
What inconsistencies with you notes in statements?
He mentioned details that didn't align with our initial findings. He claimed his wife and children had left the house voluntarily, but there were no signs of packing, no personal items missing, and no logical reason for such a sudden departure.
Members of the jury, our first test will be the interrogation. We were not inconsistent.
Chris, thank you for you coming in. We need to clarify some things about Shannon's and the girl disappeared. Can you walk me through what happened that morning?
Sure. I got early around 4 a.m. Shannon was still asleep, and my kisses her goodbye, and the mother left for work.
And when did you last see the girls?
The night before, I put them to bed.
Okay, were there any problems recently between you and Shannon?
We had some disbursements, but nothing serious.
Okay, your phone records show messages and calls to another woman. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, I was seeing some, but that doesn't have anything to do with this.
Chris, we're trying to help find Shannon and the kids. Was there any argument between you two that night?
No, we didn't fight. She just she left. I don't know where.
Chris, there are inconsistencies in your story. You're understanding that. If there's something you're holding back, now is the time to tell us. Members of the jury, before asking the question, I will show you the second definite proof.
No more question. Thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you, Your Honor.
Defense, you may cross-examine the evidence.
Detective, would you agree to Papa's respond? Differently under stress and Mr. Watts, could he have been shocked or denial about the situation?
That is possible, but his behavior and actions were notably abnormal for someone facing such a tragic event.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. The court recognizes the agent for testimony.
Please stop, face to me, and raise your right. Your right and your left. Do you solemnly affirm the testimony you are about to give is faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of the court of the state of Colorado?
I do.
You may be seated.
I am Daniel Morales, Morales. Thank you, miss.
Agent, what did your analysis of Mr. Watts and physical records reveal?
We discovered evidence of an extramarital affair along with internet searches suggesting he was completing a new life without his family. The timeline of these activities and this interaction with his partner indicate he was planning a separation.
Did these information provide a motive?
Yes, I apparent that Mr. Watt wanted to start a new life without the constraints of his current family obligation. This theory aligns with our findings.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, agent. Defense, you may now cross-examine the witness.
Agent, it's not true that people might consider divorce or separation without resorting to violence.
Certainly, both the steps Mr. Watts took and his digital train suggested a drastic departure from typical action in a separation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. The court calls Shannon Watts, friend, to the stand.
Please stop, face me, and raise your right. Do you solemnly affirm the testimony you are about to give is faithfully and truthfully conform to the statements of the Court of Colorado?
I do.
May I be seated? Please state your full name and spelling your last for the record.
I am Regina Reyes. R-E-S.
Thank you, Miss. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Could you describe in concerts Shannon shared with you about her relationship with Mr. Watts?
She told me Chris had become distant and irresponsible, especially after she returned from a Bosnian trip. She expressed fear and uncertainty, and she even mentioned that he was showing interest in someone else.
How did this affect her emotionally?
Was heartbroken, confused, and didn't know how to fix things. She loved her family and couldn't imagine life without him.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss. Defense, you may cross-examine the witness.
Did Shannon ever mention feeling physically threatened by Mr. Watts?
No, she only expressed concern over his emotional withdrawal.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. The court recognizes the forensic specialist. Prosecution, you may begin questioning the witness.
Please stop, face me, and raise your right. Your right. Your hand. Do you solemnly affirm the testimony you are about to give is faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of the Court of the State of Colorado?
I do.
May be seated. Please state your full name and spelling your last for the record.
My name is Asael Wu, W-O-O.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Doctor, please describe the conclusion you reached after examining the victim.
Shannon Watts suffered injuries consistent with manual strangulation. Villa and Celeste Watts also had injuries consistent with asphyxiation. These findings were consistent with homicide.
Did the injuries suggest any attempt to the self-defense?
Yes, particularly in Bella's case, their injuries suggested a strangle.
Thank you.
Thank you, defense. You may cross-examine the witness.
Doctor, could these injuries have occurred accidentally or in a moment of panic?
The nature and force required make it highly unlikely these injuries were accidental.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The court recognizes Mr. Watts.
Please stop, face me, and raise your right. Do you solemnly affirm the testimony you are about to give is faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of the court of the state of Colorado? May you be seated? Please state your full name, spelling your last for the record.
My name is Christopher Watts, W-A-T-T-S.
Thank you, sir. Defense, you may proceed.
Mr. Watts, please tell the court what you were feeling and thinking on the day of these tragic events.
I was overwhelmed. I felt trapped in a life I didn't recognize anymore. I was dealing with emotional turmoil and financial stress. I never wanted to hurt enjoying and what happened was beyond my control.
Did you act with intent to harm your family?
No, I didn't. I was in a mental state. I can feel explain it like a lot of body experience, and I didn't know how to stop it.
Members of the jury, before asking the question, I will show you the second definite proof.
Please, we've been through a lot here today. We need you to be honest with us. We need to know the truth about what happened to Shannon and the girls.
I don't know, even know where to start. I made a truly mistake.
Don't worry, take your time, but please, we need clarity. Did you have Shan or the children?
Yes, I did. I don't know what come over me. It just happened so fast.
Let's go back to that morning. Did you and Shannon argue?
She comforted me about everything. The fire this money uses, I feel trapped. I didn't want to hurt here, but I think it's escalated.
And what happened with Bella and Celeste? What about her?
They were there. I didn't want them to be alone, or I don't know how I could do this. I was thinking straight.
Please, confess is a step, but we need the whole truth. We need you to walk us through each part of that moment.
I'm ready to tell you everything. It all started so fast. Shannon come home late from her trip, and she comforted me about everything.
About the affair?
Yeah, she started saying I was a monster, that I didn't care about her or the girls anymore. She trying to make the kids away from me.
And how did that make you feel, Chris?
Angry, scared. I feel like everything was falling apart. She was right about the affair, but I didn't want to lose my daughters. I don't remember every detail. I like the lost control. She was yelling, and I could take the just. I put my hands on her and around her neck, and I didn't let.
You strangled her, Shan?
Yes, I don't know what come over me she wasn't leaving the next. She was gone.
And what about Bella and Celeste, Chris? What about happened to them?
They called me in after. Bella asked what's wrong with mom. I wouldn't serve the truth. I would bury if I were there together.
Chris, are you saying you made the choice to end their lives too?
Yes. I don't expect enjoying the understand. I can't even understand myself. I just didn't allow them to grow up thinking I was this terrible person.
Chris, it's hard to hear this, but you take the first step by telling the truth. We are here to document everything you say, so Shanna, Bella, and Celeste can finally have justice.
I'm sorry, I never wanted this to happen.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Watts, why did you take steps to conceal your action after you had no intention of harm?
I was scared. I'm panicked. I don't know. Today they made terrible decision of my affair.
No more questions. Thank you, Mr. Watts. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court called neighbor of the Watts family to be stand as a witness for the defense.
Please stop, face me, and raise your right. Right? The right. Your hand. Do you solemnly affirm the testimony you are about to give is faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of the court of the state of Colorado?
I do.
May you see it? Please state your full name, spelling your last for the record.
I'm Ingrid Brigham, INGRED, RAAGIN.
Defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, sir. Could you describe your interactions with Mr. Watts leading up to the incident?
Chris was always respectful and quiet. He seemed like a caring father and a husband, always attentive to his family, and I never saw any signs of aggression or violence, to be honest.
Did you observe any unusual behavior or conflicts in the household?
No, the family seems normal. Chris looks so stressed recently, but he didn't show any signs of anger or something like that.
Thank you.
Thank you, prosecution. You may now cross-examine with us.
Lady, would you agree that what someone shows suicide may not reflect their private life?
Yes, I suppose that could be true. But based on what I saw, he seemed like a really good father for me.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Calls on counsel to give closing arguments. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Watts conceived his acts nothing and with intent his attempt to the authorities and dispose of evidence shows his audience and guilty. His actions were not those of someone momentary lapse, but of someone planning and to erase his family perceive a new life. We asked Juicio return a verdict of guilty or charged.
Defense?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Defense, you may proceed.
Members of the jury, Mr. Watt is not a monster, but a person who reached a breaking point. His mental state combined with overheating stress led to the tragic outcomes. He acted impulsively, not with premeditation. I ask you to consider these factors and record a verdict with
The
compassion
next
and
photos
empathy.
are evidence of the real case of Mr. Watts. Photos of the victim's clothes and photos with the person he was dating when everything happened are included. Discretion is advised.
decide if the prosecution has proved, beyond a reasonable doubt, that Mr. Watt is guilty of each charge. Carefully consider all evidence, weigh the testimonies, and remember that the burden of proof lies with prosecution, deliberated with integrity. The court calls the jury to give its verdict. Jury, you may proceed.
Mr. Watts, given the jury's verdict and the severity of these crimes, I hereby sentence to life imprisonment without great adjustment.
Mr. Watts, given the jury verdict and the severity of these crimes, I hereby sentence you to life imprisonment with parole. Court is adjourned.